What's up, everyone? The Arid Lord's back. Welcome to a different kind of video. I've uploaded Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on the channel before. Been a while since I've done a vlog with my dueling partner Steve, but we went to a locals today, and he actually won the newest duel box set, Duelist Nexus, for your what's the name of the deck?
I topped with Rikka-Sun Avalon today. I've been playing the deck since day one. It's an incredibly good deck. Jess Robinson's my hero. I really hope that she does well at Worlds. It's a really strong contender, avoiding both ban lists. But Eradicator is a card, so we'll see how that goes.
I played Labyrinth today. He and I did not face each other. There was like a series of like games and losses that avoided that from
I'm
happening.
so happy he didn't. I know it sounds like a dick thing to say, sorry, buddy, but I'm so happy that we didn't play because Eradicator was the biggest threat to me today. So.
Yeah. I lost to a Destiny Hero player, and then that put me in like the loss bracket, and then he kept winning, so we just never faced after that. So
yeah, this thing's awesome, bitch.
Yeah, I technically, so I got 5th place, and I would have got 4th, but my game 3 went into time, and I ended up beating the opponent in turn 3, so that wasn't fun, but still
you can open with me if you'd like.
Still went to 2. Well, you can do it because I have to hold the thing, so it's kind of hard to do it one-handed.
First pack.
Let's see what we got.
Cosmic Quasar. Okay, so that's an ulti right there. That's kind of sorry, ultra. Sorry.
So
that's kind of cool.
A glare from the. All right. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the cards that are in this set. One of the decks I built with Steve is Dark World, so I know Dark Corridor is a new spell that came out.
Round up the Tistina.
All right. But yeah, I'm hoping Dark Corridor comes because I'm gonna definitely trade for it when. Hopefully he pulls it. I have good pulls. Whenever I get these things, I usually good luck, but we'll see what happens here.
As a brief aside, I don't even care that much about this booster box. I'm really excited for Age of Overlord. A Red Eyes card is a super. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I barely paid attention to what was in this set because the only thing I care about is the new, like, Chimera Fusion retrain. I'm a very big fan of type dot decks, which is why I play plants. I really like decks that are, like, one type, so I pounced on the new Illusion type. I thought it was really cool. More Tistina stuff. It's kind of funny. Tistina, I haven't read into the cards, but I keep hearing from people that they're either, like, broken or that they're fucking useless. Like, there's never an in-between. And I'd be really curious to read all these through. Maybe the statement could age very poorly.
It's a special summon if you control one.
Speaking of pure types, there's another super there. The Mighty Dino King Rex. Dinos are pretty cool. Unfortunately, though, it seems like they lose pretty hard to Dark Ruler, so I'm by no means an expert on dinos, though, so I don't know. Infernoble Knights, I know they got new support. Infernobles are cool. Bunch of level 1 tuners, it looks like.
It's got cool artwork. I'm always impressed with the different artwork that they come up with.
Noble Arms Museum, that's an ultra.
Oh, I did see. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like some like illusion figures in a museum.
I don't even know like what from the set is valuable, to be honest. I need another one of those, so that's cool. The big winged Berfaman.
Yeah, there's a chance you could pull the fusion you were looking for in here.
Yeah, I still have a whole stack left, so let's see. Evil tiles are a thing. That's kind of cool. Thestalos the Shadow Fire Monarch.
Is this new?
Yeah, I guess that's new, and it's fire and dark or something.
You can tribute this card by tributing one monster your opponent controls and one tribute summon monster you control. If this card is tribute summoned, you can ban one card. Tributing one. It's kind of got like a combination of effects.
A new Visa's card, I'm pretty sure this is. I think so.
Okay.
Like it's part of the Visa. Also, another thing, do they like not print rares anymore? Like with just like the title that's like shiny? It seems like all these are supers.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it depends, just like the series, or maybe if it's like the special ones where it's like structured decks or some
secret
shit.
rare. Crystal God Tistina. Beautiful card.
Wow, it's weird how the art's showing up on my phone where it's like so like the light from the ceiling is hitting it. You can change as many monsters your opponent controls as possible to face down defense position. You can send all face up. Holy shit, card. If this
Gazelle Retrain.
How would you summon this? Jeez.
I haven't really read too much into them.
Oh, that is a Gazelle Retrain. Ooh,
yeah.
Very nice.
Branded Illusion seems like a lot of fun, so I want to try that. The Illusion stuff uses the Gazelle stuff. So it's kind of cool. Another super here.
Ooh, it's a...
Unfortunately, not a super poly
Magnum
target.
the Reliever.
It requires a monster in hand, which is... whatever. Oh, I pulled one.
What'd you get?
Yes. This is what I was looking
Oh,
for.
so you don't need it anymore.
Like, so look at me. I win a box, and the only thing I care about is this one Ultra, because this is the last thing I really need to make the branded
Fiend.
Yeah, to make the branded Illusion deck. This is the last thing
generic.
I needed.
What is this thing?
It's pretty generic. The thing is, there was a buyout of this card, so they're like $12 right now, which was stupid because I got the rest for like cents. So pulling that was really cool.
The Beast Phantom.
Ooh, and a Chimera Fusion.
Oh, there's actually a fusion for the Chimeras now?
Yeah, and it's quick play. It's pretty good.
Ooh, quick. That is quick play. I can't see it on the stupid thing. During the main phase... Hander Field. I love how branded fusion's just in a category of its own because it uses stuff in the deck.
What is this? A Magician of Faith retrain?
Yo, what? What the frick? As a classic player, this is cool. Wait, it's 5 stars. What? You can target one spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then you can special summon a Magician of Faith. It special summons a Magician of Faith. Faithfulness special summons the other one.
But, like, how are you going to do that, though? Like,
it's weird how, like, they're retraining. Like, this is a retrain of, like, Chimera and, like, Magician, and then, like, the previous, you had the Ishizu.
I think you pulled this earlier, right?
I did, yeah, in one of the packs. I don't know if it's worth fucking anything.
I think I still have a secret in here.
Yeah,
so.
I got a peasant pack, so this is what I got.
I think I pulled another one of these. Infernal Knight something.
I saw that before.
Like I said, I even if my pulls aren't good, I don't really care because I don't really care about anything for this stuff. So,
we're getting down to it. How many do we have left? Actually, we have a good number of.
The Manadium Super. Manadium's actually a pretty crazy deck. Not gonna lie.
Thwarted.
Why? One of the Manadium cards.
Why is the text so spaced out on that effect? Read that. Do you see
if you control these, yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it's like super spaced out. What the hell is that? Is that maybe a misprint or some shit? I don't know. What is it? It's like a bubble in a house.
New Pirelli card. Noir.
Hated facing this deck. Well, not today, but last time. You can discard one card and then summon a bunch of fucking cats. Yeah.
I think I pulled another one of these, but something of the Tistina.
Yep, I saw that before. Yeah, I don't really know what the rarest cards of this deck are. Like you were saying, the Overlord series, there's a lot of really cool stuff in that.
Yeah, Age of Overlord, I'm going to be going ham for that booster box. But this one, whatever. It was pretty cool. This was the first tournament where I never dropped a single game. So, yeah, I 2-0'd everybody. That was cool. I really like a favorite bad deck of mine is Trap Monsters. This thing is kind of funny. It has an Nibiru-like effect where if 10
or more cards are effects when activated this turn. Once per turn when you're... That's the goofiest...
It's so goofy. Another Red Eyes thing. And then one last pack. So That just means that this... Oh, wait, actually, I do have one other pack aside from this.
Oh,
It's probably bent now, but...
the one you pulled, or no?
No, this one was given to me for some reason. This is a random Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge thing. So, bit of a teaser before last pack. I hope that I got a second secret in that, but let's see. Whatever.
What is that? Oh.
Some zombie Ixies pendulum thing. Kind of weird. Whatever. So last pack of Duelist Nexus. Let's see.
What? This looks like the Cold Wave monster.
Oh, yes. This draw card is awesome. I love this thing. So it sends us cost combination of levels that are 10 to draw 2 cards. It can be from hand or field, which is really nice. Really good in decks that have level 10s. And also, that can escape Ibly Lock, which is nice.
It's funny. You could technically use that in Labyrinth when Arias comes out. It's like 6/4, 2/8. It's possible.
I mean, I guess you could.
It's probably not.
Minus on that.
It's probably, yeah. I'd probably...
Yeah, and then this stack of bulk. Those are all the pulls. Probably pretty bad, but I don't really care.
I mean, I don't know the value on any of this.
Neither do I. I'm not really interested.
We didn't get Dark Corridor. No.
Oh, no. But that thing's like $10, although, word of advice, if you want to build Dark World and want to get Dark Corridor, this isn't just to you, this is to anybody viewing, get them now before there's a buyout. That always happens whenever there's one card for an archetype in a new set. There's always a buyout of it. So if you can, get Dark Corridor now.
Take it from me, I'm pretty good at predicting market. Like Kurikaras that are expensive now, I got them for like dirt cheap when no one fucking wanted it. So I've done that with a bunch of cards that I'm like, hey, this card looks good. Same with
even I thought Kurikara would
Spellbound. Spellbound's another one. I got it early on. And I've heard some people say it might, possibly, there could be a format where
there could be a format where it comes up, yeah.
Right.
At the moment, it's not really doing much, but, it's one of those cards you always have to kind of keep an eye out for. Yeah, so that is the box. These are my pulls. This was the Battles of Legends stuff.
All right. Well, congrats on your... I don't know if... Do we have enough time? Where's your deck? We could show what you won.
Yeah, just a second. I'll grab it right away.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta prove how you took the game and got all these cards.
Yeah, so...
Look at this. Old Chinese master. Brr.
Yeah, I played Rikka-Sun Avalon, and it's actually really funny because the top card that's on my deck right here is actually probably my most controversial choice. I know so many Rikka-Sun Avalon players cut this, but as a matter of fact, this won me 2 games today, including my very last game in the round, because my opponent was on Marincess, and they had a big Towers monster. I didn't have any main deck Kaijus or anything like that. So I just, using their zone using their link that pointed to my field, I summoned something and then used the damage step effect of this to go to battle phase, swing over their monster, and then I just picked their board apart and slapped down Cactus on them. Yeah, I play a pretty big Therion engine. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but the thing is, the Therions give unbelievable protection and grind game to a deck like this. You'd love to see it. The only hand trap I ran was Ash. Honestly, I find other hand traps pretty underwhelming right now. I was considering siding Ghost Spells in case I came across any branded. I dodged every branded player today, but yeah, against Sanctifier, Ghost Spell would have been pretty good.
Was it one of your games against branded today?
Yeah, but he didn't have Sanctifier, though.
Yeah, no, he didn't have any of the new cards. It's as if he had the build from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was a very early on match. It was a very easy win.
Because he had patchwork and all that shit. So.
Yeah. Tactics I really like as both a board breaker. Because it's a board breaker that can go first, so I really like Tactics. Glamour's Goated. This thing was in 2 of my opening hands, and I wanted to cry. It always happens to me. Really good at 1. Petal, I only play at 2 because if I have a choice between normal summoning this, or even the Cactus, I'm taking the other 2 options. Really good effect, though. Really good in the grind game, gives you follow-up. Glamour is incredible. Cactus was the GOAT today. Cactus is such an amazing card, and, I understood people not playing Cactus before, but now that, Rikka is a thing, you need to run Cactus, not just because... it's a really good normal summon in a deck that can avoid using its normal summon, but also because it's another search target for Rikka Glamour with a level 4. So, even going second, I wouldn't side this out because, normal summons are inherent. They don't start chains. So if my opponent had like set cards that would special summon something, like if I was against like Lab or Branded or Cash or anything like that, I could just slap this down, lock special summons, lock out bullshit like Super Poly, and then I would just use the Rikka cards to slowly break apart their board and then just like win by control. One Primula as the extender. Thankfully, never saw her in my opening hand once today. That was nice. Seed, run at 3 because it's the best card in the deck. Mudan at 2. One of my choices for this deck that I will die on this hill forever. Most people only play the Sowing at 1 or 2. In my opinion, you 100% want to play 3. Because plants are a deck that live and die by its starter. This card is a starter. It's better as an extender, but it's also a starter. You still get full combo by doing that, and then my other slightly controversial opinion, running the Shrine. Running this makes opening just this full combo. Because now you can search out the other one and just keep link climbing that way. And like worst case scenario, even if you get interrupted twice, you can still go for Sylvan Dance Peony and just go for your Hail Mary play that way. And like that helps you just push through so many boards. Nice. Princess at 3, it's amazing. 3 Unexpected Die, best card in the whole deck. Con I only ran at 2 because as amazing as this card is, you never want to see it without a Rikka card in your hand because it's dead if you do not have a Rikka. So you always want to search it off of a Rikka card. 1 I felt like wasn't enough though, so I did run 2, especially because I had a copy of Disc Coliseum. Actually, did I forget to unside in my last match? I think I might have. No, I did. Okay. Oh, okay. So the Therion package was the 3 Lily, 1 Disc, 1 Regulus. A lot of people would say, like, why are you running 3 Lily? The thing is, you want to use Lily as early as possible to get to Regulus as early as possible because you want to get Regulus before you lock yourself into plants as early as possible. And plus, getting Lily earlier on in the combo, hard drawing it, means that you're that much more likely to put up a negate for any interruptions you may be playing through. And it makes your board that much more resilient. One other Mudan. 1 for 1, I went back and forth on cutting this, but it's basically just a 7th copy of Summon from deck. It's kind of weird because this is the card that's limited, and yet it's the weakest by far of the 3 Summon from deck effects in my deck. 1 Aromage Laurel. I don't know why more plant players aren't playing this, because this is the best combo piece in the whole deck. It's also an extender. This thing is incredible because if you summon this, I do a bit of a different combo than most Rikka-Sun Avalon players do. If you summon this from deck off of Jasmine, you are able to link this away into a second copy of Jasmine, providing you have another body on board, or link this into the level 1 link 1 Dryas, and you immediately trigger Jasmine, getting her search from deck effect to hand. So if you have another body on board as well as Jasmine with this, you make a second Jasmine and do 2 searches off. So you can get Lily to get the negate up, plus whatever other Rikka card you need to keep using. And then 1 copy of Rikka Sheet, because this card is... I actually never saw this card once today, believe it or not, but this card is unbelievably broken in combination with Con. It's just that I lost a lot of die rolls, and I had to break a lot of boards, and so I kept searching out Glamour. And then in my end boards, usually I was going Cactus instead of continuing to extend with Rikkas. So, nice. Yeah, that's the main deck. 2 traps, a bunch of spells, really good monster lineup. Like I said, my only fear today was getting Eradicated. I knew I could deal with everything else.
And you didn't play me. I mean, we've done plenty of tests, warm-up rounds and stuff.
Extra deck. Tightest extra deck in the game, in my opinion. There's only 1 single flex spot in here. 3 Dryas, you have to run 3. I've tried running 2. You can't do it. You have to run 3. And then sets of 2, you kind of have to do. That way, if you're in a bind, you can do the Sunvine, the Sunseed twin effect. 2 healer, because it's part of the best combo, but also you just need a second one for follow-up. 2 Jasmine, because she's the most busted link monster in the game, busted the plant link monster in the game, not counting Anaconda. That doesn't really count. But yeah, her effect, her first effect summoning from deck would make her good enough as is, but then also giving battle protection while you have higher life points and searching any plant soft once per turn is ridiculous.
Like,
so
I'm like plants.
linking off the laurel that I was just talking about into a second copy of this while you have one on field, searches out 2 plants, and then you can keep link climbing. It's ridiculous. Nice. And then 2 Malias. Most people only run 1. In my opinion, you have to run 2 because most people use this for the combo that summons this to the EMZ. You don't want to summon this to the EMZ because if it gets slightly interrupted, you're screwed. You want to summon this to your main monster zone. That way you still have a zone to link into if you get interrupted. And plus, using 2 allows you to end on both of these in the same turn. And I might as well just get to those now.
Nice.
1 Bengal Lancer because the best generic link plant. Unlike the other Sun Avalon stuff, this one doesn't require link monsters. This just requires 4 plants. Really good end board piece, but then also the thing that came up for a lot today was its revival effect. I would attribute it a lot either to pop cards with Tente, which came up so many times that I could never justify cutting this card as much as many people don't play it. And then also attributing this for my Rikka effects to summon them off and get like a whole new engine going was really strong. The most controversial take of the deck was running this with the Bloom. It won me 2 matches today in grind games. The thing is, plants are a deck that they have a slightly above average ability to break boards. This thing's non-target destroy effect of multiple cards is really strong. I did not want to cut that out, especially considering that linking into this gets you a non-target negate, which is also really good this format.
Nice.
And then the battle phase, being able to beat over anything, honestly made it so I didn't need to main any kaijus because I could just beat over anything I needed to.
Very good.
1 Thrasher. I never needed 2. You can get away with playing 1 of this. The other ones you can't really get away with playing just 1 of. But this one you only make if you're going for game. This is basically your version of access code. Mm-hmm. It catches people off guard a lot, and it's part of a good OTK line. The 1 flex spot I have is Dance Peony. I went back and forth a lot on cutting her, but I decided to keep her in because usually I make her when I have no other options. She's kind of she's the Hail Mary of the deck, but having a Hail Mary when you're down for the count is a lot better than just like having no follow-up whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And then the 2 Ixie spots, 1 Strenna, 1 Queen. You only really need 1 of each of these. You're never really going to be in a, like, there was never any crazy grind game I went into where I needed 2 Strenna or this or another negate up.
Right.
Like, between Regulus and the Rikka Princess and then whatever back row that you had, I didn't need to play the Hyperiton for a monster negate. And honestly, I barely ever even made this. I never really needed it. Mostly, I kept these as like an anti-Dark Ruler measure, where, you know, like even after my board gets Dark Rulered, I could tribute this with the Princess in my grave and then turbo this out and then have another layer of interruptions. So that's 2 more interruptions even through Dark Ruler, which was really strong.
Very nice.
And then my side deck, I actually wasn't the most confident with. I've never been the best at side decking, to be honest, but my side deck was perfectly serviceable today. I didn't really have to side that much aside from like the later rounds. And in later rounds, I saw every card that I wanted to in siding, so did pretty well with it. 3 Cyclones, because it's better than Lightning Storm this format. It's really important to non-destroy banish certain back row cards in some matchups. Like I didn't plan on this specifically, but there was 1 Eldritch guy there today, and this would have been amazing against him.
Well, you were hoping against my deck too. Although
I was hoping for the idea that like if my opponent could not Eradicator me in turn 0, you know, like when they go first, that like at least before they got a body on board, like off of the welcomes, if I knew where they placed the Eradicator, I could hit it beforehand before they got the body on board. Also, just removal in general is just really strong. I sided this in against Marincess in the last round. Didn't see it, but hitting the field spell gets rid of their immunity, so that would have been a really good thing. Plus, Marincess hates to have any of their stuff banished, so I wouldn't. So, like, honestly, like, you know, remember, like, in the old games when, like, you'd try to chain MST to, like, a Dark Hole or something, and it wouldn't work? I would have chained this to, like, his Marincess dive, because I know most people only play, like, 1 or 2 of those. So, like, not being able to get that back, because it would have been banished, would have hurt them. And, like, that would have been huge, because Marincess has really good recovery with cards from the grave. 3 evenly. This plus Cactus won me my last match. I baited out their negate, evenly them, slapped down Cactus, and then they couldn't do shit. 3 Droll. So, Droll, in my opinion, is degenerate. I hate this card so much, and I really hope it gets banned. It's not going to, but guy can dream. Floodgate hand traps are bullshit. This and Shifter are so unfair. So, Droll, the only time I came up with... Droll, like, forsaked me today, actually, because when I went up against a hero player, he did his full combo. I opened no hand traps. And then my top deck for the next turn was Droll, of course. I hate when that happens. Yeah. So that was the only time I saw it today, but I stand by the stance regardless because it's really good against so many decks. Even though it's not as, like, stupidly, like, omnipresent as it was just, like, a few months ago. It's still an incredibly good card that deals a lot of rogue matchups. Also really good against this deck. 3 Dark Ruler, never saw them, but I was trying them mained. I didn't really like them mained, to be honest, but this is a deck where I definitely prefer Dark Ruler over Droplet because you don't really want to be, like, you do have 1-card combo lines, but at the same time, if your opponent has, like, a field of negates, you want to be able to stop them all because even though your 1-card combo lines are crazy and you have a lot of, like, ways to get into them, if you ever are in the situation where you have to normal summon the seed and hope that it goes through, that's difficult to do going second, especially when you're against things like Mirror Jade or, like, anything that pops or bounces or anything like that. 2 Triple Tactics Thrust, didn't see either of them today, but this was the one thing about my side deck that I was kind of unsure of. I was unsure of whether I wanted to keep the Dark Ruler and evenly at 3 when I had 2 of these, since I could basically just search them out. I decided to keep it, though, because I figured that, like, the only thing I really cared about today is that this deck creates a ridiculously strong end board going first, that I wasn't worried about having to side in, like, any floodgates or anything like that. So, I mean, I main deck the Cactus. That's the only real floodgate I need.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I didn't have to worry about, like, running Rivalry or anything like that. And then 1 Feather Duster, just because a lot of people playing a lot of glue this format, so, you know.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, congrats on the win for the Nexus. And don't people usually do freaking shout-outs at the end of these things?
Yeah. Shout out to my buddy Chris, the Air Lord, for recording this and for driving out like 90 minutes to come to this tournament with me. It's a shame that he missed out on top 4, but
yeah,
skill-wise, he's definitely there.
You got 5th place technically, and I beat my opponent in the 3rd turn, but there wasn't enough time. But you know, if game 2 I wasn't spent having to explain a card effect, maybe we would have had more time. But who knows?
Shout out to my buddy Sheldon, who couldn't make it today. Who is, in my opinion, the best player I've ever met. He play tested a lot with me. I was really confident with this. The way that I knew that this build was good was that I was able to beat in testing Flu, the notorious worst matchup in the game, other than maybe like zombies for plants.
Nice.
Like that matchup used to be unwinnable. It's not completely unwinnable now, as slanted as it is. The fact that even losing the die roll, I was able to win that was a really good sign to me in testing that this deck was good. And there was never, ever a time where I ever regretted having 3 Sowing or 3 Lily. Both were so clutch. Sunvine Shrine only bricked on me like maybe 1 time ever. But honestly, like the amount of utility and follow-up I've gotten off of it is worth that 1 time that I bricked. Nice. And same thing with the Sun Avalon Bloom. I don't regret running either of them. Really strong build, didn't drop a single game the whole tournament.
All right. Well, congrats, and hopefully we'll do this for Age of Overlord or something. And we can only do it if we get a victory. So,
Yeah.
you know, for now, this is the
Hyped as
victory.
shit for that big box.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, stay tuned for more Walking Dead shit. All right. See you.